Hello everyone. Today we will continue this chapter part 2 weavers, iron smelters and factory owners. In this video we will discuss about Indian textiles in the European market. Due to huge demand, the wool and silk makers started protesting against the import of Indian textiles in 1720. Means demand of Indian textiles were increasing in the European market. The popularity of Indian textiles during the early 18th century worried the wool and silk makers in England as they feared that would mean low demand for their products. So, England producers began protesting against the import of Indian cotton textiles. So, they began asking their government to stop importing Indian textiles. In 1720, the British government passed the Calico Act, banning the import of Indian cotton textiles into England. It also began imposing huge taxes on import of Indian cloth. As a result, Indian weavers lost their market in Britain. To safeguard English producers, calico printing industry grew under government protection. They used to copy Indian prints. Why safeguard English producers? Because at this time during 1720, England textiles industries had just begun to develop and they were unable to compete with Indian textiles. So, English producers wanted a secure market within the country by preventing the entry of Indian textiles. Calico printing industry grew under government protection. Indian designs were now began and printing in England on white muslin or plain unbleached Indian cloth. With the invention of spinning jenny in 1764 and steam engine in 1786, cotton weaving became speedy and cheaper also. Spinning jenny means a cotton spinning machine in which a single worker could operate several spindles on which thread was spun. Spinning jenny was invented by John Kay in 1764. Steam engine was invented by Richard Arkwright in 1786. Spinning jenny and steam engine revolutionized cotton textile weaving. So because of these machines, weaving of cloth became speedy and cheaper. Britain, with mechanized cotton production, became workshop for the world. Because of machine, production was increased. People purchased these products in cheaper rates. However, Indian textile was still dominating the world market till the end of the 18th century, with Dutch, the French, and the English trading companies making large profits. So, European companies like Dutch, French, and English were making money out of Indian textiles. Major weaving centers in India. During the early 19th century, textile production was concentrated in four regions in India. Bengal was one of the important centers. You can see on the map, the right side, with Dhaka being famous for its malmal and Jamdani weaving. Another cluster of cloth weaving center was along the Coromandel coast in South India, stretching from Madras to North Andhra Pradesh, while India's western coast contained many important weaving centers in Gujarat. Who were weavers? Communities that had quality of fine weaving. They had different names: Tanti, Julahas, Koi collar. Weavers usually belonged to communities specializing in weaving, with weaving skills being passed on through generations. Some weaving communities were the Tanti weavers, that was called in the Bengal. Julahas and Momins were in North India. Sale, Koikkalar, and Devangs in South India. So these were the different names of the weavers. Women used to spin thread on charkha and roll it on takli. Cloth was dyed by rangres and block printed by chippigars. Spinning was mostly done by women, with the thread being spun on the charkha. Charkha was a household cotton spinning wheel used in India and rolled on the takli. Takli means this one is an iron or wooden stick used to roll short fibers like cotton and silk, which have been spun. Charkha, takli, both being spinning instrument. Weaving was usually done by men on hand operated looms. For colored cloth, dyeing was done by the dyer called rangres, and for printing cloth, printing was done by specialist block printers known as chippigars, both from particular communities. Livelihoods of millions of Indians depended on handloom. Okay students, rest part of this chapter we will do in next video. Thank you.